We have to play Empty Tankard. If we don't play the morning after, the people are gonna kill us. I don't know.
Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Belgian Jasper. If this is your first time in the channel, hit subscribe right now.
This isolation is a blessing of heaven. All obligations of my former life.
So for me to properly get started with this this interview, Gerre, I mean, obviously I know it's a bit of a stereotype, but I am going to continue pouring a beer for myself as I talk to you, because that's the only way that I can really, truly be respectful of you and obviously your legacy. So prost, and I'm just going to enjoy it.
Home alone, I noticed the fun. Karaoke games.
What a year for Tankard fans. You know, we've been first blessed with the 1,000 Beers box set that Noise Records put out with all the reissues of the classic albums. Now we have a new album coming out. It feels like, I know that there's big celebrations and milestones, but it also just feels like the band is catching up with lost time a bit.
Yeah, so we were a little bit astonished. I mean, the plans to bring out the box, they were a little bit older, and yeah, we just thought they bring out this box, okay, that people can have the old albums, are able to catch the old albums in the box, and then Universal did a lot of promotion stuff. I had to do a lot of interviews in the beginning of this year, so I was a little bit surprised, and they pushed us on the 13th place of the official German charts with the box. There is not really something new inside. That was really amazing. So I think that was a good start in our celebration year, and so we just record the album in the beginning of this year in January, February, and then we took a little bit time to find the real sound of this album. But now we are really we are all satisfied, and so two years Corona, nothing really happened except playing a handful of shows, and now this year, you're
gonna be busy.
I want lockdown forever. TV surfing, pizza flick.
First, I have to obviously ask you. Last week, I was at right here in Toronto, an Exciter show, and hanging out with those guys. Is Heavy Metal Maniac still your favorite album?
One of my 5 top favorite albums. We met Dan Bieler a couple of years ago at a festival in Germany. I can't remember the name of the festival. And then he came to us backstage and he said, are you from Tankard? So he didn't know the band. That was really amazing. And I said, you're one of my fave bands from my youth. I mean, everybody's talking about the first Exodus, the first Metallica, and the first Slayer. If you talk about thrash metal, but for me, the first Exciter really belongs to that, and still one of my fave albums. Yeah, I saw Exciter the very first time. I think it was in '85, live supporting Accept. I think Accept. They supported Accept in Germany, and I was in the second or third row, and I was really going. I really went crazy when they played, because I mean, the first 3 Exciter albums, they're really. I don't know. They are milestones in heavy metal.
Absolutely. So let's go now to your new album, a milestone in your 40-year career now already. Pretty crazy. You mentioned earlier in the interview, like, you know, we were thinking about, okay, what's the sound of this album going to be? What are we gonna do? And that's an interesting thing, because when you play the full album, and I had a chance to listen to the whole album already, when Pavlov's Dog, not the album but the song that opens the album, starts playing, it's a heavy song, and it turns out the whole album is pretty heavy, to the point where people might first wonder, like, hey, am I listening to Tankard, or is this like a much heavier, younger band that all of a sudden is blasting this music at me? Was that? It sounds like that was a bit of a conscious choice then for you guys, that you really wanted to make this album, sound very relevant, very modern and loud.
To be honestly, we never have really a plan when we start writing songs. So we don't sit together. The next album has to sound like I don't know, more into thrash or more into normal metal.
Yeah.
We just start writing songs, and at the end we're gonna record them and work them out and try to give our best. And I mean that's the result from the last 1.5 year songwriting process. And I think the guitar the guitar sound is really heavy. The bass sound is a little bit different comparing to One Foot in the Grave. And we worked again together with Martin Buchwalter, and I think he did another step forward. And he spent a lot of time in finding the right sound. And I think it's still Tankard, of course, and we always try to somehow maybe a little bit melodical vocal parts inside, and we had a lot of work with the vocals. And it's very hard to describe when you are involved by yourself. So
for sure.
We don't sit together and discuss how the next album should sound. We just start with the songwriting, and then at the end we find out what kind of result we have.
We're the ones who move the world. They're calling us barbarians, spreading out around the globe.
For people that only know Tankard at the surface, let's say, or have seen you guys play in festivals where you do a shorter set or so on, Tankard is obviously known as well as the alcoholic metal band, and it's the beer thrash band, and so on and so on. Tankard has always had a more serious side as well. Like it's a song like Planet Wide Suicide is now 30 years old or something like that, if not more. This album might also be, apart from one of your heaviest, also one of your more serious albums. A lot of songs, like Veins of Terra is maybe one of the songs that deal about a little bit more serious topics. Is that for you, after 40 years of, to some extent, also putting yourself in that position as we're the party beer band, is that sometimes challenging, where you want to be like, hey, we also have some very serious things to say? It's not just only about drinking beer and partying all night?
So often the band Tankard is reduced to this kind of beer, thrash metal and party band. And if you go back through our lyrics from the second album, Chemical Invasion, we tried to do a good mixture of funny stuff and serious stuff. And of course, we did everything for this kind of image with albums like Chemical Invasion and Morning After.
For sure.
To be honestly. And then in the middle of the 90s, we wanted to get rid of a little bit of this kind of image. But of course, we totally failed. So nobody believed us really. And so nowadays, we do a lot of jokes about our own kind of image. I mean, I can live with that. That's no problem. But this is nothing new on Pavlov's Dawgs, that we have serious lyrics. We ever had serious lyrics, and you also can have a lot of fun to play song live with serious lyrics. It's no problem for us, and so this is not really something new. Looking back, the last album, One Foot in the Grave, we had a song about Syria, about the war in Syria, Syrian Nightmare, and everybody asked me, "Oh, you're getting serious now?" No, I said no.
You're always serious.
I mean, forget the lyrics of Zombie Attack, because we were 14, 15 years old when we wrote this kind of lyrics about horror movies and all that stuff. But we ever tried to. We always had this kind of serious side. So this is nothing really new.
One of those more serious songs is the Ex-Fluencer song, which is also a little bit ironic given that Tankard finally is on Instagram. So
of course we use all these kind of social networks, and but we see a lot of especially younger people, they are really lost in it. They just live in this in a different world, in this kind of social networks. They're doing nothing else, and they are doing everything to get clicks, and so this is a little bit critical song about a girl, but then she found out the way out of this kind of cage, and so it's a positive end. We are really glad to join now Reaper Entertainment. And I know Flory, the owner, is an old friend of us. He did the promotion stuff for Nuclear Blast, and so we are really glad to work together with him again.
There are a lot of former Nuclear Blast people at new companies working with old friends. So it's good to see that you have people. Around
because Nuclear Blast, they sold they sold 90% of the company, and so a couple of weeks later there was nobody anymore we worked together with, and then I mean, Nuclear Blast was great for Tankard, beginning in 2012 with a girl called Cerveza. That was a really big push for Tankard, and so there was nothing wrong or so on, but everybody was gone, and so we
work with the people you trust.
We kindly asked them to let us out of the contract, and they said that's no problem, because I mean, we've never been the biggest band, of course, on Nuclear Blast, and so everything was fine. It was 3 albums, really, really great, really amazing, and now we work together with a good friend of us. He's a big Tankard fan. We know him personally. He's a good friend of us, and it's a really trustful working together with, and you need that if you are working on this kind of level.
You already mentioned you played some festivals and some shows already. This is a big year. It's the 40th anniversary, and we're counting that in a bit of a liberal way. 40 years ago, the band was not necessarily already called Tankard or what it is today, but it's 40 years.
We changed really in the beginning the name Avenger and Vortex, but we called ourselves Tankard since '82. So it was in the first couple of months when we found out, there is a band in the Netherlands called Vortex. There is a band in the UK called Avenger, so we can do that. So I mean, we were 14, 15 years old, and then
for sure.
The other guys found the name Tankard in a dictionary. So it's really a 40th birthday.
There you go. So to celebrate this 40th birthday, you're gonna be doing a lot. You're gonna play a lot of shows, but you also have this new album. So you know that when you're gonna start playing more and more shows this year, so many fans are gonna wanna, they'll come with a wish list of songs to your show with like, please play these 20 hits for me, and then I also want to hear at least 5 or 6 new songs Is that
Yeah.
something that you're now already kind of trying to puzzle together? What a show that has to both support the 40th anniversary as
Yeah,
well as a new
that-
album looks like?
Yeah, that's a good question because it's always really difficult. Of course, we never played 5 or 6 new songs because we have to kick out 5 or 6 old songs. Yeah, which songs? So we always had some great discussions, and yeah, we always try to do a good mixture, but we have to play Empty Tankard. If we don't play the morning after, the people are gonna kill us. I don't know. So it's yeah. It's
you
not
have to
so-
make the joke about, hey, the local beer is great, but it's not as good as space beer. So,
Yeah. So I joined the Iron Maiden show last Tuesday here in Frankfurt. They started with 3 new songs. I think that was very interesting. I mean, Iron Maiden is a really big band, but they didn't play 2 Minutes to Midnight. They didn't play Running Free. So it's not so easy if you have so many albums out. Yeah. To find a good set list, but yeah, we try to change a little bit, but there are some classics we have to speak. We have to play Empty Tankard, of course, and of course we have to play some new songs. Now we started to play Ex-Fluencer, and of course we're gonna play Lockdown Forever, and maybe a third one. We will see.
I've seen you guys play many times already, but I can't wait for the next one, and whether that is in Europe or hopefully you guys get to play, some shows here in North America. That would be wonderful. But I look forward to that. Last question that I have to ask you before I let you go. I believe it's Monday that Frankfurt is playing Magdeburg for the opening of the
Yes.
German competition. What do you think the score will be for that first game?
Yeah, of course we have to win 2-1, I think, and yeah, so that was a really successful year to win the European, to win the EuroLeague, and yeah, another birthday present for Tankard. I go to Finland watching the Super Cup against Real Madrid, so I'm still a big football, or you say soccer fan.
I'm originally from Belgium, so let's just call it football.
Okay, football. And yeah, so there are no plans till yet to come to North America, but we have to come. We never played in Canada, played just a couple of shows in the States. We're gonna go to Mexico now again, and to Chile, Santiago de Chile, and yeah. But now it's half time, 40 years. We have another 40 years time, and
There you go.
we will travel to all the cities and countries we have never been to.
That's a good idea. There we go. Awesome. Well, yeah, honestly, as a fanboy, I wish I could speak for a couple more hours with you and ask you a million more questions, but I'm going to be very respectful of your time. I really appreciate your
Thank you a
time
lot.
today for talking to me. I'm super excited, as always, about a new Tankard album, and I wish you all the best with the continued release cycle of this album.
Yeah,
And
thanks a
happy
lot.
40th anniversary.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thanks a lot for talking to you, and have a good time, and we will see us in hell.
You are awesome for watching this video. Click right here to see more content like it and subscribe to the channel.